would help if I turn that on. Sorry, you didn't miss me saying anything anyway. Just talking about how it was on the wrong screen and blah blah blah. Okay. Fish.
Crazy as times are, this place always manages to put my mind at ease.
I know what you mean. Especially so, now that I know you're safe.
Why don't we take a look around?
Interesting. As opposed to what normally? Oh, that's a lot of ATS down, but a lot of strength up and confuse. Interesting. I think I'll pass, but very interesting.
Who says no to home cooking? This is...
Venom chips. Who says no to home cooking? Do some of the old fishing.
Goodbye. This'll be good.
Think that's a new one?
It's a nice catch.
It is. Nice. So we need to go to the inn and the village chief's home. Hey there, Ellie. How you feeling? I'm not good fun. I suppose I'm hanging in. I'm more concerned about the evacuees. How are they doing? It's hard to say, really. The people who came from the city are feeling more uneasy than any of us. I'm happy to open up all of our rooms, but we only have so many. It isn't ideal for them all to have to share. That's very true. I'm sorry for the burden we've undoubtedly placed on you. You got nothing to apologise for, Ellie. You did the right thing. I'll do what I can to keep them comfortable, like making them snacks in my spare time. It's not much, but it's something. It's easy to overlook how stressful this situation must be for the evacuees as well. We need to resolve this as soon as possible. Roll minestrone. Have I got the ingredients for that? I do. And Ellie's supposed to be really good at it.
Who says no to home cooking? And there we have it.
Never mind.
I'd love to cook for you. I take back what I said.
Mirror soup.
I'm so glad you're all right, Risha. First I was separated from Daddy, and then you disappeared. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry for worrying you, San-san. I'm so relieved to see you're all right, too.
Risha,
Oh, San-san.
don't ever leave me like that again. Because as long as you're here, I feel like I can overcome anything. I know things may seem scary now, but we can pull through this.
You're right. But
Wow, this is a heartwarming sight. Oh, the SSS. Does this mean you're going to be leaving again? We don't have a plan set in stone yet, but most likely, yes. I still don't know whether Ilya and Sully are alright. I'll do whatever I must so that we can perform together again. I thought you might say that. I'm sorry, San-san. I know it must feel like we're ripping your best friend from you after you only just got her back. But there are people who need Rishia's help, us included. We need her with us if we're going to secure Crossbell's future and freedom. I know it won't be easy, but we're asking you to have faith in us. We promise we'll take good care of Rishia and give her all the support we possibly can. Sorry for putting you through so much, I really am. I promise I'll come back safe as soon as I can. And when I do, I'll bring everyone from Longlow back with me. Okay, but please be careful. I'm going to hold you all to that. You better look after her. We will. I should be the one looking after her. What's wrong with you? Were you going to say something? Oh, no, it's nothing. Is that my imagination? Uh-oh. Thanks again for saving us earlier, guys. All the grown-ups and Mr. McDowell have been looking really sad, so we wanted to cheer them up with some flowers. We were going to pick some of the pretty ones just outside the village. Yeah, we didn't think we'd have to worry about monsters we didn't wander very far. We're sorry to have caused so much trouble. Oh, you don't need to apologise, just be more careful next time. Okay, but we still want to give you these. We asked Jake to help us get them. Wow, really appreciate it. I'm sure you guys have a lot of stuff to do, so we thought these might help you out. How thoughtful. Thank you so much. Well, look what the cat dragged in. The young folk of the village have been keeping me up to date. That includes, of course, everything that happened in the city. You folks have had it rough. We're sorry for worrying you, Chief Tolta. I owe you so much for taking in my grandfather and the refugees. As his secretary, please allow me to express my deepest gratitude. Come now, lass. Now more than ever, we've got to extend a helping hand in times of need. It was the Speaker who fought for us when those goons were trying to set up the convalescent home military camp. Not to mention all the times the SSS has helped us in the past. We're only doing our job, sir. Ah, spare me the humility. We've been in your debt ever since. Not once have you abandoned a week. Nope, you fought for us all. That means a lot to me. You okay then? If you ever need a hand with something, anything at all, you just let us know and we'll come running. We may be a rinky-dink little farm village, but we got your backs all the same. We couldn't ask for better allies. Thank you so much. So many people supporting us, we can't afford to let them down. I just know we're going to take Crossbell back and find Kia. Yeah, I hope so. So, would you mind asking me what happened? Would you mind me asking what happened after the ceremony, Ellie? You haven't been yourself ever since we ran into you outside the village. I don't deserve to have the villagers speaking so kindly about me. Not after I turned my back on Kia. What?
Please forgive me, Lloyd. It's not Cecile's fault that Kia isn't here. Not at all. It's entirely mine for abandoning her.
Flashback?
Ellie! There you are, Kia. I've been looking for you.
Yeah, Cecile should be somewhere nearby too. Is Lloyd?
He'll be fine. Risha's with him. Now come over.
Ah! Run, or you'll get caught up in it!
Ah!
No! Kia! Kia! Where are you? Grandfather!
Ellie, go! I'll be fine. We'll see each other again soon, I promise. There are other people who need you.
Kia! I'm so sorry. This is all my fault. I could have ran to her voice and grabbed her hand, but I chose not to. I don't deserve to call myself her guardian, or even be a part of the SSS.
So that's what happened. It's going to be all right, Ellie. Kia's just fine. I'm sure of it.
How can you be so sure?
We've done nothing but force hardship on her ever since we returned from the Azure Tree. While we fought for our home's freedom, she stood by us and helped however she could, despite being separated from her best friend. And never once did she not have a smile on her face. No matter how hopeless things felt, Kia never stopped smiling for us. She never gave up. We were the ones who swore to protect her. And there she was again, being the one who protected and supported us. Just like always.
You're right. She always has. We were only able to continue smiling ourselves because her smile was giving us hope. I think that's exactly what she was trying to do the day we were separated, too.
I'll be fine. We'll see each other again soon, I promise. There are other people who need you.
I couldn't see her face, but I could feel how desperate she was to encourage me. Even though she must have been so scared. How can one little girl be so positive?
I'd like to say that's how she's always been. But we both know she's even stronger now than she was before. Kia isn't the same girl she was when we first met. She's no longer powerless to fight against a terrible fate that was decided without her consent. She's one of us now, in every sense of the word. Always with us, always fighting and smiling. In just 2 years, she's grown and become the Kia Bannings we all know and love. That's why, if she says she'll be all right, and that we'll see each other again, then I know we can believe her. So there's only one thing left for us to do, right?
Yes, you're right again. I think deep down, part of me still thought of her as a helpless child that needs us to look after her. I should have known better. Should have seen that as we were getting stronger, she was right there with us, getting stronger too.
Well, I'm hardly in any position to judge when it comes to being overprotective of Kia. But the thing is, she put her trust in us. So it's only right we do the same thing when she asks, right?
You're on fire, huh? Right again. There's so much for us to do right now. The only way we're going to manage is by taking it one step at a time. Kia told me she would be okay, and that there are other people who need me. I'm going to place my faith in that, so I'm sure we'll be reunited as long as we stay the course.
That's the spirit. It's
Amen,
only a matter
brother.
of time before our paths cross again. So we don't want to disappoint her when we meet up. I'd say we owe it to her as her guardians, and as her friends.
This is so like you, Lloyd. Always encouraging me when I need it most. It's been this way for a long time, hasn't it? That night on the roof when I thought of leaving the SSS. Even when I decided to become Grandfather's secretary during the occupation. Sometimes I wonder if the only reason I've been able to keep going these last few years is because I knew you were with me.
Ooh.
Words can't express how grateful I truly am.
I'm flattered, but I don't think I did anything particularly special. I've known for a long time that your future was going to lead you to politics. And I know you'll make Crossbell and the world a better place. So I'm happy to do whatever I can to give you a push in the right direction if you need it.
Is that the only reason? I hope the reason you look after me so much isn't just for the good of Crossbell.
I thought it would sound cooler if I put it that way. But you got me. I think my feelings are a little more straightforward than that. I want to do what I can to help you realize your dreams because you're Ellie. You're important to me. That's the real reason.
Thanks. I know I forced that out of you, so forgive me for being a little selfish. I think that's just what I needed to hear to begin looking forward again. You always make me feel like nothing is impossible, not even getting our home back.
Because nothing ever is. And I'll be right here to tell you as many times as it takes.
Okay. Oh no, I have to go to the sanatorium. Dun, 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 dun. I think we've seen everything there is to see in the village now. Is it time to visit the clinic? Yeah. There you two are. Hey Risha, finished catching up with San-san? Yes, just wanted to see how she's doing, so it didn't take long. You two are going to visit Speaker McDowell, correct? Would you mind if I joined you? Not at all, and thank you for keeping me in your thoughts. Lloyd, Ellie and Risha entered the clinic as Ellie showed them the way to Speaker McDowell's room. Excuse me.
Grandfather, it's me.
Oh, Ellie, do come in.
Oh,
It's good to see you again, Mr. Speaker. Are you sure it's all right for you to be sitting up?
I do still feel some lingering pain, but they told me just this much would be all right. I owe the goddess my deepest thanks. It brings me joy to see you are all doing well. Particularly you, Ellie. You're looking much brighter than you were before.
well, It's true. I do feel much better now.
I think Lloyd has something to do with that. I figured Playboy here wasn't going to let her stay down in the dumps. You know I can hear you, right? In any case, I'm glad to hear you're doing better, Mr. Speaker. So am I, but please don't overexert yourself and try to push your recovery. After everything that's happened in Crossbell, I don't know what I would do if something were to happen to you too. She's right, your condition is stable now, but the clinic is still short on staff and medicine. Best thing you can do for yourself and us is get plenty of bed rest. I will. Thank you for looking after me. I only wish there was something I could do in my return. My powerlessness is simply galling. Please don't blame yourself, grandfather. I cannot apologise enough for the people of Crossbell, to the people of Crossbell for my fellow former Ironblood's actions. I also wish to make clear on no uncertain terms that the Imperial government abhors what happened that was not involved. The illegal occupation of Crossbell is the work of Rufus Albrea and his alone. Fear not, I was not under the impression that Erevernia was responsible for this. I could never imagine Emperor Eugen allowing his actions at this point. It wouldn't make sense for the Empire to stage an occupation of Crossbell not now after willingly withdrawing its forces not long ago. Though that only begs the question of why Rufus is doing this. Or why he has collaborators in this Ebon Defense Force backing him. Can't speak for the two he didn't recognise, but I can't wrap my head around Dieter and Garcia helping him. The former CEO of the IBC and an ex-Jaeger turned mafia boss. That's quite the pair of convicts he's working with. Each of them has a personal history with the SSS. I've also crossed blows with the Killing Bear as a Yin before. Come to think of it, He helped you when you were in prison, didn't he? He did, which is why I'm having such a hard time understanding his involvement. They both seem like they were ready to turn over a new leaf. Why do this, Dieter? About that, I had the chance to confront him briefly before I escaped the city. You did? Excuse me.
Grandfather! Cecile, he's been shot! Hold on. I need to stop the bleeding.
Theater, wait!
It's good to see you again, Ellie. You're looking well.
Why? Why are you doing this?
What possessed you to play a part in such foolishness? Did you not learn anything from your short-lived presidency?
I learned much, I assure you. That is why I am here today. Back then, my daughter played me like a fiddle. But this time, I am following my own convictions, and that is what led me to join the new unified government.
You hopeless fool.
Uncle Dieter, how can you truly believe that this is the right path? Surely you can see...
Looking at you and your friends now, you don't stand a chance against the Supreme Leader. I'd advise you take the time to reevaluate what justice means to you. You and your compatriots both.
Really? Is he still on about that? He's always had a raging hard-on for that kind of stuff. But I want you to know you can still trust us, Mr. Speaker. We'll get to the bottom of their motivations and do what we have to take back Crossbow. We won't allow the independence we worked so hard for to slip through the grasp like this. That's right, we got nothing to give up. We're not going to give up on our dreams so easily. We can achieve anything when we all work together. The entire SSS. That's never changed. Thank you. It's reassuring to know we have your help. And I'm ready to lend my strength to the cause as well. I guess I can lend a hand too. Please take care of yourself, Lloyd. I don't want to have to treat you too. I will, Cecile. Promise. Let's go think on what our best course of action from here will be. I'm ashamed there's nothing more I can do for them. They have shouldered what should have been my burden time and time again. Please don't blame yourself, Mr. Speaker. You're doing what any crossbowman would if they had power. Although...
I know Lloyd and his friends can take care of themselves, but please, keep lighting their way, Guy.
Okay. Now we just leave. Fair enough. Watch out! What the? Where did that come from? We're under attack? Don't think so. Nor do I. Take a closer look. A letter? I've never seen anything like the script though. Looks like an old school style of writing from the East. I'm guessing it's coded. Precisely. I've used this exact code in my work as Yin before. It says, "The dancer and former Zero Child are in our care. Come to the ancient battlefield to the southeast. We await you." Oh. A note written in Eastern code delivered on a kunai meant for Yin. Not hard to figure out who it's from. Or who they have in their custody. At least they're both alright. I told you Kia is strong, didn't I? Still, why would they be looking after Ilya as well? Something wrong, Lloyd? Wait. You don't think this is a ransom note, most likely? They wouldn't have waited this long to contact us without a reason. They may be under their care, but that doesn't mean they're safe. No. The ancient battlefield is where the cult had its base, right? Can't say I have a good feeling about this, but you're not going to let that stop you, huh? Of course. As long as there's a chance Kia is there, no danger is too great. We'll do whatever it takes to keep her safe. Feel the same way? Not going simply isn't an option if that's where our loved ones are. That's right. Let's make sure we're fully prepared before we set off. Who do I want to link with who? Jeez. Okay. What's everyone's ATS? Okay, so Lecter and Ellie are going to be our casters. So they need to be partnered up. And you guys need to swap places. Off we go then. What's this strange feeling? Okay. Something wrong, Lloyd? Oh, sorry. I thought I said something strange, but it must have been my imagination. Wait, why does my pocket feel bulky all of a sudden? A mirror? How peculiar looking. Where did you find it? I'm not sure. I've never seen it before. Strange as it sounds, it just appeared in my pocket out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that doesn't just happen. I'm guessing one of the village kids slipped in your pocket as a prank? Maybe, but I doubt any of them could pull it off without me noticing. But if that's not it, then how did it get in my pocket? I can't even hazard the guess. I feel as though I have it for a reason. So bizarre. Where could it have come from? Oh.
We're finally here.
Oh, I need to.
Damn, is it 10 already?
Sure is. Heimdall's pretty far from Ymir.
Our next target shall be the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City.
The Vermilion City C mentioned can only be Heimdall. But the capital is gigantic. We're going to need some way to narrow our search radius.
You ask me. The racecourse in the Garnier district seems suspicious.
Do they now?
I know. I'll save having fun till our work's done.
I'd be happy to take you anywhere you like once we've ensured Prince Olivert is safe. As long as it's not the kind of shady businesses I know you want to go to.
I gotcha. Can't very well go to him in uniform.
That's not the problem here, Ash.
We can go for dessert though, right?
Of course. It'll be on me even. Just focus on the investigation first. Let's start with Lady Arie since she's agreed to speak with us.
To the training hall in the Laika district we go then.
Good morning after learning from Major Claire of Crossbow's occupation. We set about discussing how we should act. We also established contact with all the members of Class 7 that we could to inform them of the situation. First, there was the matter of Crossbow itself. We knew from the Major's intel that it was under the control of the former Governor General and his 7 Defense Force. Anxiety of the region's welfare gnawed at us, but as it had been isolated from the outside world, we had no way to learn more. Indeed, there was little we could do on that front for the time being. Then there's the matter of the search for Prince Oliver and his wife. Their whereabouts remained unknown. Furthermore, the Round of Seven system we'd used to stay in touch over long distances relied on artifacts stored on the creators too. Now with the airship stolen, that method of communication was lost to us. Our only clue then was the message sent to the Intelligence Division by C. Vague as it was, the information was undoubtedly our best lead in unraveling the mystery of the prince's disappearance. With help on the horizon, we set about dividing ourselves into several groups. Major Claire and Yuno agreed to head east to get a handle on the situation in Crossbell. Meanwhile, Lord Mateus and Kurt would head west and rendezvous with the students at the Vander School. Muse volunteered to return to the branch campus to meet up with the principal and her fellow students, as well as seek help from other sources. The others would all find ways to play their strengths in aiding our cause. Meanwhile, I was to bring Altian and Ash with me to Heimdall to follow the trail left to us by C's message.
That is basically our situation as it stands. His Excellency also asked us to tell you that he hopes you'll be able to look after the hall in his extended absence.
Thank you for updating me on everything going on.
It's the least we could do. Your husband did a lot for us.
More like put us through the goddamn ringer.
All while shrugging off our attacks like we were nothing more than a bunch of buzzing mosquitoes. He sent Kurt flying off a cliff, too. I found him quite terrifying.
I do hope he didn't leave you with any lasting trauma. Still, his is a measured hand. If he came at you that fiercely, he trusted you could handle it. I hope you can understand that he only did what he did because he saw potential in all of you.
We do, don't worry. Yeah, I could tell he wasn't acting with any ill will. If anything, I'm the one with a reputation for being a stern disciplinarian around here. Based on how often I see my students quake at the knees, I'd wager they fear me more than my husband. And we caught wind of that when we were here for one of our field exercises. Kurt's got some monster parents. Surprised the guy ain't half Tomatarian or something. In the time I spent with him, it was clear there was much more to him than his stern presence on the battlefield. He was kind enough to share some wisdom with me too. Was he now? He's a man of few words, that's very unusual. I can't picture that happening at all. Same here. Please don't speak rudely about the man in front of his wife, you two. Don't worry, I appreciate their honesty. Still, I'm glad to see that you all seem even more united as a class than you did when you were last here. Do continue to look after my Kurt, won't you? Of course. We would even if we weren't asked to. And if you want help getting into the good kind of trouble, I'm his guy. Getting back to why we're here. Has anything out of the ordinary happened at the capital recently? The students who were here have split up across Erebony to search for information on Prince Oliver's whereabouts. As such, I'm not well informed on the situation here in Heimdall as I would be. But there is one thing I feel is worth mentioning. What's that? It feels as though there are more people coming and going than there should be, especially given how there are no festivals or celebrations here around this time of year. It's making the capital feel more restless than usual, differently how it did during the summer festival. It's as though there's something stagnant in the air. I'll be glad to not have to deal with any more Calvert spies like at the festival, that's for sure. But stagnant air is all you're going to get in the city to begin with. You feel anything out of whack, Shorter? Not especially, if I'm honest. I'm guessing it's a relatively slight difference, man. Yeah, it may even just be my imagination. You've lived in Heimdall for a long time. Something feels amiss to you. It likely is. We'll keep that in mind as we investigate. Oh, my eyes, man. Sorry I can't provide you with any more concrete information. There is one thing I can do, however. I'd like to introduce you to someone dependable to aid your investigation. Oh? Well, I say introduce, but you in particular know her very well. She should be here any moment now. Ah, there we are.
I think I know who that is.
I suspected as much.
By all means.
Elise.
Hello, everyone. It's good to see you all again. The same to you.
So she's our little helper, huh?
Indeed. Sister Doreen, friend to Princess Alphen, and head of St. Astraya's student council. The noble Elise Schwarzer herself.
The princess and Muse have already apprised me of the situation, so I spoke with Lady Aurier and volunteered to aid you upon your arrival. I apologize if my behavior strikes you as meddlesome, but I am certain that I will be able to aid you in your investigation. You do know more about the capital than any of us.
You're not coming, and that's final.
But...
Out comes the big water.
There's still far too much we don't know about the situation here. Given that our enemies pilfered the name of the Imperial Liberation Front, we could very well be dealing with terrorists. Involving a civilian in this would be downright irresponsible.
So I'm just a civilian, am I? Just a no-good student without a mote of power to her name?
That's not what I'm trying to...
Oh, I think it is. But even leaving that aside, your blunt dismissal misses an important point.
And what point is that?
That the situation at hand doesn't relate to me, when I am Princess Alphen's dearest friend.
But that is that, and this is... this.
As we speak, she is racked with worry over her brother's well-being. Yet, as the matter is confidential, she has to feign a smile and act as though everything is normal. She cannot cast her responsibilities aside and aid in the search herself either. And because she cannot, I will do so in her place. If I just sit by idly while she suffers in silence and do nothing to alleviate her burden, I won't be fit to call myself her friend ever again.
Elise.
Looks like you lose this one, Schwarzer.
You realize both of them are Schwarzer in this context.
If I may, I think you would do well to put your trust in her here. Her skill with a rapier is formidable.
That may be so, but...
I have toiled long and hard to master the art of fencing passed down through our family. Of late, I have even grown under Lady Aurier's tutelage. And far from letting my pen rest while my sword hand improves, I have overcome many a challenge as student council president. I am no longer a cowering child in need of your protection, dear brother.
All right. Ash called this one right. You win.
Then...
We'll be glad to have your assistance. But if things get dangerous, I want you to do as I say. Deal?
Deal!
Oh boy.
I wish you all well in your investigation. Please, do be careful. Should I catch wind of anything you hear, I'll let you know immediately.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Then let us set off. I will do my best not to overextend myself and leave you all to carry the burden. But please, if you are truly in need, I hope you won't hesitate to tell me. For even I possess a strength that you can lean on.
Thanks. It's good to know you've got my back.
And the feeling is mutual.
Jesus. It's begun. Alright, let's have a look. Ooh, okay, that's pretty nice. Pretty good. Oh, they have the same. Alright, I think we should do this then. Because Altina's got the most ATS. So I figure if we do it this way, then Ash is the best person to be with her because he's got art support. Speaking of arts, what's her corpse? Elixir. Oh, okay. It's not bad, I suppose. And we've got, oh, we've got Claire's as well. Kaleido or Elixir? Probably have a lot to do, so let's get going. Let's see, what to do next. We have to meet up with the rest of our friends who have come to the capital. But there's still plenty of time for our scheduled gathering. No point in rushing then. Should we patrol the districts and gather some intelligence? That way we can meet with the others along the way. Given your familiarity with the area, it certainly sounds like the most efficient plan. That reminds me, apparently the violin nerd we're supposed to meet up with is from here. Right, Elliot hasn't been on tour, so he's working in the city. Marcus is from the capital too. Marcus, Elisa, Toa and Sharon. Hope they're doing alright. I'm sure they are. For now, let's focus on what we can do. You're right, Reen. Okay.
The Emperor and Empress must be worried sick.
Princess Elphin has tried to put on a brave face at school, but deep down...
The sooner we can find them, the sooner everyone can rest easy.
Right. Let me know what I can do to help.
See what we got.
Got a bite.
Fuck.
It got away. Got a bite. Nice.
Certainly looks new.
It's a whopper.
Nice. Excuse me. Look at this squad.
That was so good! Alright, we can officially cross Drykel's Plaza off the list. I'm ready to hit up the next spot.
There's no need to be in such a rush. How do you still have space in your stomach for more?
You insult me, Eustace. I need to try all the capital's mouth-watering morsels. I can't throw in the towel this early.
You need to sample them all without eating more than your body mass in one sitting.
Says you. I'm still growing. I gotta eat. Growing up has less to do with regular consumption and more to do with acting like an adult. Oh, hey guys.
The squad.
Counter-argument to that, by the way. If you want me to start acting like an adult, then you've got to start treating me like it. How's a girl supposed to feel big without being called a big sister? Counter-argument to your counter-argument. That makes no sense. Yes, it does. Don't be mean.
They expect you all to come this early. We're going around gathering info when we happen to see you here. Elise wanted to help us out too, so that's why she's here. I'll do my best not to trouble you. I don't think there's any chance of that. You'll be a fine help. If you need anything, just lean on me. Thank you, I will. I think anyone can tell Elise is going to be a more reliable asset than you here. Rude! Seeing them at a stall together takes you back to the summer festival. How was that only a few short months ago? Feels like so much longer. Can't imagine Eustace saw what Rufus is doing coming either. Has to be weighing heavily on him. But at least he has millions to help take his mind off of it. Come on, give Big Sissy some love. Please remove yourself from around my neck. But we haven't seen each other in forever. It's barely been 2 weeks. That's 2 whole weeks! She whines, but she's not trying to escape. This is how it always is with them now. Hey, do you want to try some gelato or ice cream from one of the stores? I'll treat you. The milk ice cream is super rich and tasty. I'll pass. I need to leave room for lunch. You're never going to grow any bigger if you only eat the bare minimum today. I gained another original on you since our last update. At this rate, you're going to need heels to get anywhere close to my height. But then again, I am older, so maybe I've earned it. One ice cream cone, please, with 5 scoops. You only allow 3 scoops maximum, then I'll take 3, but I appreciate it if you made them as big as possible. She really doesn't want to lose this thing they got going on, huh? Anyway, were you guys gathering intel or just on a date? You're not standing idly, and we were certainly not on a date. We've been looking into the flow of goods in the capital. That would explain why you were visiting multiple shops and stores. What have you learned then? Well, it seems like there's lots of groups buying stuff in bulk lately. All kinds of stuff too. Food, ornaments. It's almost like they're getting ready for something. That is unusual. I could get panic buying in response to Crossbell's occupation, but lately implies before that. Yeah, the war's over and winter's still far off, so they can't be stocking up for the weather. The buyers themselves are suspicious sorts. When we started looking into them in detail, we discovered they were either startups or foreign. That, and they all appear to exist in name only. That only adds to the mystery. Oh, you're already done with your ice cream? Wasn't it good? Well, yes, I have to admit that. We're not here to discuss ice cream. If the buyers exist in name only, could we be dealing with cases of fraud? Actually, no. The transactions are legitimate. Sellers received their money and the goods were dispatched. But the other significant mystery is that there is no record of where any of these goods ended up. The intelligence division has tried tracking some of these orders, but they just get forwarded all over the place before disappearing along with other orders like this. They may have had better luck if they marked an order from the moment it's placed, but alas. Right, By the time they realise they're dealing with another one of these, the transaction's already long done. So do you think whoever's doing this has gathered all the stuff they need by now? Probably. Sounds as though we're dealing with some very skilled criminals. Perhaps the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front is hoarding supplies? What is it? Nothing worthy of note. Just wondering if it perhaps may lead to Crossbow's new Supreme Leader instead. Well, it could. I just cannot fathom why my brother would be so foolish. I thought he'd finally learned his lesson. Makes no sense to me either. I haven't known him for that long, even if we were both Ironbloods. After we beat him in the Imperial Fortress, he seemed pretty much done. I think we're all under that same impression. Either way, speculating on what he's trying to do serves us no purpose in the now. Regardless of his reasons, I'll be sure to right his wrongs to his brother. I'm sorry you're going through this, Eustace. Right now, our primary focus isn't him, but the missing prince and princess. That doesn't mean we can't afford to turn a blind eye to Crossbow, lad. I'm just not sure whether the crisis there and their disappearance are connected anyway. But whatever the answer is, when our focus inevitably turns to him, you won't be alone in confronting him. So don't try running off alone, alright? Don't worry, I wouldn't dare. I'm well aware that there's only so much I can do alone. Good, because your friends are here to help you in times of need, and you definitely need us here. Well then, should we get back to gathering information? That'd be wise. The more we can find, the better. Then let's go. Me and the little bunny are ready to go. Indeed, can't let the rest of Class 7 be the only ones working hard. And I'll be here for whatever you need. Right, what else did we just gain? Recover EP through attacks and crafts. Okay. And Infinity. Potency of healing items and CP increase automatically. Weird. Very weird. This is good. And this I'm actually going to put on Ultima. And Diva... keep it on her for now. Wonder if they have any new statuses. Any new things, sorry. Iola Saber! Oh. Pop in here for the, you know, the map thing. Okay. Yo, what up? Oh, that's pricey. Not anymore. Sweet.
Park is a popular spot to relax and unwind.
Don't I know it? Taking some good-ass naps here. Oh, and there he is.
His music is always so beautiful.
Finding him sure didn't take long, huh? For how tranquil this place usually is. I can't help but always think of when the ILF made a mess of it.
I remember being terrified when the princess and I were kidnapped at the time, but it feels like more a distant memory now. Every story I hear about you reminds me how strong a person you truly are. Large school of...
What a bite! Nice!
Nice big fish.
It's a whopper!
Nice. Okay. Might as well go see him. There's his tune. Not bad. Seems like so much fun. Come at the perfect time then. Let's go get a better view. I don't know if we could have given a better performance. It may have been our best one yet. Oh, but there's always room for improvement.
I think I'm with them on this one. It's not often our ensemble comes together this perfectly.
You got me there. I don't think we had a single note out of sync, did we? Nope, we were all feeling it to the point where it was natural to play as one. I think you two were so into it that you thought we had an audience. I'm not sure I should be proud of losing myself like that. When it's just you and the music, there's no better feeling in the world. Well, I'll give you a pass this time. As long as our audience is happy, then that's all that really matters. And they were very happy. You know, we wouldn't be having moments like these at all if not for you two. Yeah, if you hadn't shown up when you did. That experience gave me a real wake-up call on just how much power music can have. And it's up to us to decide how to use that power, be it for good or for ill. I regret what we decided last year. I can't believe we tried to take such a beautiful thing and twist it to inspire war. What were we thinking? Whatever it was, it's in the past now. Exactly. You're back to your old selves now, right? Good thing too, because today wouldn't have gone nearly as well without you. Yeah, I could never dream of being how I was. Now we can take what we've learned and focus on bettering both ourselves and the world as musicians. You always make it sound like you'll be flying circles around me if I don't pick up the slack. Then we'll just have to keep up the pace. Oops, got sidetracked. I spotted a few familiar faces among the audience and meant to say hello sooner. Oh yeah, you're friends from Thor's, right? We should say hello together. Yeah, let's go.
Sorry for making you wait, but I'm glad you stuck around for the show. What'd you think? No need to be polite. Tell us how we really did.
I thought it was brilliant. You were in perfect harmony with one another.
I was genuinely speechless.
Yeah, Almost hurts that I wasn't able to catch the start of it.
I'll take that.
We thought we did well too, but it's nice hearing it wasn't just in our heads. I see you found Eustace and William. Indeed, we met not too long before coming here. Now we're all together. Sorry if it feels like we dragged you over our way. Is this the first time we've seen each other as a whole? Oh no, we had a class reunion not too long ago. We just haven't had a chance to play together in ages. Couldn't pass it up with all of us being in Heimdall now. The Reverie company started up a small orchestra and I couldn't resist applying since I used to work there. Then Ron and Morris joined it too, so here we are. Oh, I didn't know they started one. I imagine you'd have to be top notch to be accepted. Yeah, it wasn't easy getting accepted, let me tell you. But hey, we can't let Elliot show us up all the time, so it's worth the hustle. Makes sense. I'm just glad you found a way to keep playing music that makes you happy. And the thing that would make me happy is the four of us going on tour together in the future, so I hope we can. Really? Consider my bag's already packed. Did you guys just forget about what we were talking about? Elliot can do what he likes, but we have to work around the orchestra schedule. I'm sure we can figure something out, though. By the way, I was expected to see Elise with you. How are you? I'm doing well, thank you. Classes are sorely missed. I haven't done that many, but that's still nice of you to say. What, you're a teacher? I think the girls mentioned that to me, come to think of it. You're a music teacher at St. Estrella, correct? Provisional, but yeah. I'm still learning the ropes, but it's been a lot of fun so far. Ooh, I want you to teach me music, Elliot. I'm amazed you can carve out the time, but I can see you having a knack for it. I can't believe you get to instruct at an all-girls school too. Elliot always manages to luck out in life, huh? I wish I could lecture at St. Estrella. Just once would be enough. I hope you never will if you think he's lucking out. Oh, is that the time? We should probably get going. Reverie wants us to start rehearsing at their flagship store. Yeah, we'll see you guys around. Have fun with the rest of your time in Heimdall. I'll make sure they do. Hope her rehearsal goes well. See you later. Well, guess it's time we got started. I managed to gather some useful information. That's fast. Where from? Spoke to a few fans and hit up some connections at the Music Academy. Seems Imperial Army soldiers have been spotted in town a lot more than usual these days. And whatever they're meeting up for, it's not on the docket. That is suspicious. I called Dad to see if he knew anything about it, but no luck there. Sounds like the prince's disappearance is top secret even when you go pretty high up. Got the feeling he knew something though, just that he wasn't sharing. Very odd for soldiers to be having secret meetings while in uniform. It's possible they're foreign spies disguising themselves as soldiers, but I don't see what they would stand to gain from their actions. Yeah, I don't think it's that deep. I'm with Ash on this one. It wouldn't shock me if they were still in uniform while off the clock, because they were short on time. Something bothering you, Elise? There is, but I'd like to get my thoughts in on it a little more before sharing. No. Alright then. All we got now is that something smells fishy. Lady Aurier's instincts are absolutely onto something, yeah. It's too early to say for certain if any of this relates to sea. But we should keep that at the back of our minds just in case. Right, you never know when the pieces will start coming together. Investigation continues then. Yeah, let's keep our eyes peeled. So now we have Elliot with us as well, who has the Canon. Which is very meh. That's a very berry ice cream. Ow. Okay, let me go to the Lannister Street. It's me. Right, let me jump in and out of these places to get them on the quick travel map. Actually, let me see if there's any evasion equipment in the shops. I'll pick out for Kurt while I'm here if there is. Oh, hello. Buy a cute dress. Sadly, that's not an option. I mean, I can like, maybe somebody has like a cute. Is this cute? What about this? What about this? What about this? They feel wrong. Well, I'm sorry, but I can't change the code of the game to insert something cute for you.
Business as usual here, even with the prince gone MIA.
The information blackout will only last for so long.
Could you? No, I
find
couldn't.
A lead soon.
Agreed. We'll need to give this place a thorough look.
I don't have that kind of skill set. Otherwise, I would not be working where I currently work, you know? Hope you're doing well, by the way. What's that? Alan, Bridget. Hey, Reen. Fancy running into all of you here. It's been a while, hasn't it? Alan and I were just enjoying some quality time together between one of his missions. That's a model. I'm more like a model fucking McDonald's or something. So to interrupt, does that mean the army's been keeping you busy? Pretty much. The armored divisions have been stretched thin due to being scaled back. I'm doing everything I can to reduce the load on General Craig and Lieutenant Colonel Nightheart. Still owe them a lot after the war. That's why I volunteered to travel around the Empire to serve as a Panzer Soldat drill instructor and work on communications missions. The whole reason I'm in the capital today was to make a report. It's about something that supposedly affects all of the divisions. Seems a little shady to me, but we're covering one of our bases just to be safe. What causes you to find it suspicious? I don't think it's allowed to share that. I'm not, but I wouldn't be surprised if you guys ended up finding out on your own. Don't be surprised if the Imperial Army reaches out to you when the time comes. Hearing that just makes me more worried about what they be doing. Even the nobility has been stressed this year with many families reorganizing their territories. My family's been helping coordinate. Father's been so busy that I've had to help him, which means it's even harder for Alan and I to make time to see one another. I don't know why I even made the suggestion. It helps knowing that we'll finally be able to hold our wedding once things calm down even. No shit, but that's a motivator. Suppose it is about time you two tied the knot. Congrats again. Thanks, man. Why do you feel like I'm a man worthy of being by Bridget's side after leaving the war behind? I don't plan on letting that change between now and the big day. What, this conversation? Of course. Oh, Alan. These little uwu guys. It isn't Rean in class 7, and this would be your younger sister, right? No way! You see me! That's the power of cameras and technology. Hi everyone. I never thought you would all be dropping in like this. Sorry to barge in. It's good to see you again, Emily. You too, Teresa. Hello, my name is Elise Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to meet you both. If I remember correctly, you both serve in the Imperial Air Force, yes? A year because of the incident in Crossbell. Good guess, but not quite. We're being transferred to the Joint Staff Office on recommendation from Supreme Commander Van Dyke. You are? That's great news, timing-wise. Something tells me there's more to the story than that. You're under the table. Well, unless you're invisible and impaled by my legs, I very much doubt that. Don't say things like that. That gives off the wrong idea. Well, leave it to Rean to be his sharpest attack. Something smells fishy and it ain't the Lake Aqueduct. Sounds like Rean's suspicious on the mirror, but they probably aren't allowed to talk about it. We'd love to tell you what we know, honest, but it's still being treated as with top secrecy, even within the military. We promise we'll compare notes with you when the time comes though. Good enough for me. I look forward to it. You are the table. I'll have to drill a hole somewhere. With that out of the way, yeah, I'm pretty worried about what's happening in Crossbell. I know Elise is probably okay, but the fact we haven't heard from her doesn't make it easier. I'm with you. We're in the dark thanks to the intelligence division being scaled back. So frustrating. All we can do is believe that she's somewhere safe right now and is okay. That's how I felt too. I know the friends we have there will never lose hope, no matter how grim the odds are. Can't imagine the old class 7 being phased now of all times. Allow me to apologise. There are not excuses for the failures of my brother. Hey, don't be like that. You got nothing to be sorry for, and we don't know the full situation yet. You're right. There's no point in wringing our hands right now. Let's just do what we can from over here. That's right. There may be tough times ahead, so I look forward. So look after yourselves and don't push too hard. Based on what we've heard so far from Anna and Emily, the Armored Divisions and Air Force are both preparing for some sort of top secret mission. Given the current situation in Ereburnia, that must mean these nuts. You're right. If he just opened the walkthrough and just went to the last page, he would know what would happen. And then he could stop it. God, what? Why didn't I think of that? This guy's an idiot. You're right. You know what? I'm gonna write a letter to the people that made this game and be like,
the Imperial
you need to
Museum
hire
over here?
Soph right now.
Wouldn't hurt
Because
to
I mean,
poke our noses inside.
ideas.
My old upperclassmen might even be on shift.
Oh, excuse me. Here we are at the Imperial Museum. There doesn't seem to be many visitors today.
If it isn't Rean. Haven't seen you around here since the branch campus's field exercises.
Hey, Dorothy. Good to see you. How's work been treating you?
Pretty good, all things considered.
This girl writes male fan fiction stories. Like male on male fan fiction.
Actually, my publisher's been pushing me to become a full-time author after how well my latest novel sold.
Why do you want to kill her?
But I like my work as a curator too, so I don't think I'm ready to quit just yet.
That's great. Always nice to have options.
I might have to ask you for an autograph. Anytime, I'd be glad to. Fun, okay. But the rest of you all want one as well? I'll have to pass. I imagine Mise and Tatiana would relish the opportunity. As if those two degenerates don't have her autograph by now. I'll tell you what, if I ever happen to come into possession of one of your books, then I'll ask you to sign it. And there's the other reason I don't want to go into writing full time. I'd probably become a total shut-in. I'd miss out on all this. I find the best way to seek inspiration is to observe daily life, people watching, so to speak. While I was on my way home from work the other day, I spotted a budding flower at the nearby cafe that caught my eye. My mind went wild, imagining the experiences that could end the precarious final days of his youth. Ugh, I can't keep doing this. My nose is going to bleed all over my blouse again at this rate. Turn this into GTA. I can't do that. I cannot control the game. Have you read the walkthrough? Does this turn into GTA? Huh? It's no wonder why Her Highness sees you as a kindred spirit. At least she stopped herself short of a nosebleed this time. Yeah, that didn't used to happen back when we were students. Oh, it's good to see you again, Ash. I've been wanting to give you an update about the joint publication between our old literature. All that's left to gather is a collection of poems by none other than yourself. Tatiana and I haven't given up hope that you'll submit them yet. Lay off, will you? I told you. I'll do it if I feel like it. It's only a matter of time before he gives in. No doubt. So what brings you all to the capital today? Boom boom. Boom boom. Does it have something to do with that Ebon Defense Force group that occupied Crossbell? Doesn't seem like she's heard anything about Prince Oliver and Lady Shara. Yeah, something like that. By the way, is it just me or are there fewer visitors here than normal? You noticed? Actually, the museum put a restriction on the number of visitors allowed at once recently. Something came up that had us concerned. Concerned? What do you mean? Remember the museum is connected to a tunnel that leads to Heimdall's catacombs, right? We've been hearing what sounds like voices coming from that direction lately. It's kind of scary. I would imagine. I haven't heard anything coming from that direction since we arrived, at least. Do you think it would be monsters? Maybe. If anything, it sounds more like a ghost. Something completely unnatural. I dusted off my old Orbital staff to take a look down there before, but I didn't come across any signs of monsters. A ghost, huh? You expect us to believe that bullshit? Might I remind you that we experienced monsters in a magic night down there already? Not to mention this is the spot the Dark Dragon's nest appeared before the Great Twilight. Something abnormal happening again is not a question. Come to think of it, Instructor Sarah told us she'd dropped by here a couple of weeks ago. I wasn't here at the time, but the head curator told me as much. So apparently it was a break-in! So she came to investigate. Don't think it was anything to do with the noise we've been hearing though. Perhaps, but it wouldn't hurt to keep it in mind. We should begin our investigation soon. It's weird. Ghosts used to give me the heebie-jeebies, but now they don't. Could it have something to do with the fact that you practically were one for a while? I did put a formal quest in with the guild already, but I guess they're swamped with other things right now. But they said it would be a while before they can get around to it. It's a shame, but I'm not surprised they would be busy. Right, but we can't afford to just let this situation go unchecked. Do you mind if we looked into it, Dorothy? Not at all. We would really appreciate it. Man, this is going to be a pain in the ass, but I guess it's better than letting this place get done in by a poltergeist or something. Whether the cause is paranormal or not, I think this will be worth our time. I agree. It's a possibility that we could discover something that pertains to our current investigation. What is a Scooby-Doo? I mean, currently, yeah. In that case, you take this. It's just over there, to the left of the main exhibit. Thank you, and do be careful. Will be. What? Unlock. That's what? You're so violent today. Leave the poor woman alone. She has your Happy Meal. She's a fictional character in a video game. I very much doubt that. I would. Real accurate info there, Four Eyes. Didn't she say she couldn't find any monsters? That just means the situation's gotten worse since Dorothy checked. And I don't think these are your average kind of monsters. Agreed. I've seen this type of creature in the past. An evil fairy, undoubtedly a type of demon. Just as we expected then. Prove it. Close the browser tab. And she stops existing. They're kind of cute. Sure, but they're a pain in big groups. Don't know if it's because of them, but I feel a chill on my skin. That just speaks to how powerful the spiritual presence is here. Somehow though, I don't think these demons are any reason for this. Let's keep our guards up and take care of these things.
I will be your opponent.
Yes. I don't think I do need a plushie of the demon, thanks.
Search mode activate. Scan complete. I'll fight.
If we just end up in that cupboard up there.
Yeah. Eternally flowing. Form is emptiness.
Well, no.
Emptiness
The amount of plushies isn't the issue.
Second. Third. Fourth.
I just don't need the plushie.
Sixth.
I'm not like you.
Seventh. 8 leaves. Breaking dawn. All right. Nice work, team.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. I'm not awesome. I wish I was, but I'm not. Combat situation resolved. What's that? Looks like there's still more. It could be that they'll just keep coming endlessly, and their spiritual presence is as strong as ever. Whatever. A little small fry to me. I suppose your little sister ain't too bad, was her? The old class 7 already knew that. True enough. You know, this really brings me back. For graduation, didn't we fight together in the old schoolhouse? Beautiful fencing, powerful arts, and precise support. There's no way you learned all that at St. Strata. Correct. I belong to no club either. In my case, the rapier skills Father taught me serve as the basis of my fighting technique. And when I was younger, Reen tutored me as well. I see. You said as much as at the dojo earlier, but you grew up in the perfect environment. She even took lessons from Master Kafai with me before. And then on top of that, she's been trained with a Stormwatcher too. Honestly, you could describe Elisa's style as entirely unique to her. Please, you exaggerate. Damn, you ain't George's little sis for nothing. Huh. Weird. What was that just now? Is this the voice Dorothy mentioned? It's come from deeper within. what skills? What? Rapier? It's a type of sword. It's totally different from before. Is this an apparition? I swear I just saw something resembling grass for a second. This pressure is immense. This thing's completely different from what we fought so far. Hostile spiritual being. It's my first time seeing one like this. It's like the deep-seated grudge of a sorcerer from the Dark Ages made manifest. Yeah, it sounds about right. Either way, it's clear this thing is the source of our problems. Then we just gotta whoop his ass, easy. Indeed, perfect opponent. Can't wait to beat it down. Class 7 impress, as always. Must be careful not to hold you all back. 7 of us, eh? More than enough to handle this. Exactly. Once we're ready, let's wipe this thing out. Roger that.
This'll be fun.
My turn.
Oh.
We have the advantage.
Chop chop, innit?
Here! I'll assist.
I'm up.
Engaging.
Not on my watch. This'll
Fuck,
be fun.
everyone's gone to bed.
Numbers up.
Son of a bitch.
I'm ready.
Son of a bitch.
This'll be fun.
I'll fight.
Fucking.
Sorry, everyone. This'll be fun.
This is going horribly.
Let's bounce. Thanks.
I'll fight. Oh, goddess, rain your blessings down upon us. Thank you.
Thanks. Sure.
I shall go. More are coming.
It's my turn. Sure. Yeah. Got him.
I'll fight. Arcus activate. Engaging. Rionic activate. Fire. Yeah. I'm ready. Yeah.
4 enemies.
I shall go. Rionic activate. Fire.
Better to hit some than none at all.
Here I go. rain your blessings down upon us.
Thanks,
you.
thanks. Sure. All for one, and one for all! Go!
Everyone. Fucking murder them.
This ain't bad for a change.
Here I go.
I'm up.
Let's get rid of this thing. Here we go, everyone. Yeah!
This one's strong. Be careful.
Arcus activate.
This guy's pretty tough, actually.
Let's go. Arcus activate.
Here I go. Yeah.
Yeah. Eternally flowing.
Numbers up.
Arcus activate.
There. I'll support you. Thank you so much.
It's quite alright.
I'll fight. Arcus activate.
Not on my watch.
This'll be fun.
You're mine.
I shall go.
Alright, let's back everyone up a bit.
There. I'll support you. Thank you so much. I'll fight. I shall go. Charging. I'm ready.
Right the way, noble arm!
Here I go.
Numbers up.
It's my turn. Arcus activate.
Ha! Yeah! I'll support you. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll fight. Yeah! Here! I'll assist. My turn.
It's my turn. It's down. It's mine.
Now, transform! Sync complete. Presenting Arcadius Gear. 1, launch! Open fire. Leona! You need extermination. Ha!
Big boom.
This'll be fun.
said you could do that?
You're mine! Yeah! Got him!
I'll fight.
I'm up! Ha! Numbers up! Light the way! Noble arm! This'll be fun! Ha! Yeah! Got him!
Here I come. Prepare yourselves. Ah! Scatter! Fragrant garden!
Eternally flowing. Void is empty. Time to paint this town red. Gotcha! You go! Not a bad trick, huh? Eat this! It's the last call. Sinners, revelry!
Nice.
Got no time to waste. Nice. Nice.
Stats updated.
Good work, everyone. Oh, glad things worked out. Yeah, talk about one tough cookie. It feels like the atmosphere around here is calming down. Now that you mention it, indeed. Then the apparition was the source of the problems down here. That seems like a safe conclusion. Imagine the rest of the monsters will leave as time goes on. Bada boom, problem solved.
You know, I may have underestimated your skills, Elise. You've gotten so strong. Stronger than I ever could have imagined. As your big brother, I'll always be fussing over you at least a little. But now I know I can absolutely trust you to have my back.
You mean it? I'm so happy to hear you say that.
Pretty candid of you there, Schwarzer. That just goes to show how much Elise's resolve got through to him. Yep. Now then, cleared up the cause of that creepy voice. Let's head back up and let Dorothy know what happened here. I never expected something like that to appear down there. Thank you so much, Reen. Don't mention it. I'm glad we could help. I still wonder what could have caused a spiritual being like that to appear. That's a good question. I know strange monsters and devils appeared across the Empire during the last 2 wars, but why now of all times? And there's not just this incident. A magic knight appeared in your mirror recently as well. We still don't know what caused it. I'm convinced that something is happening just below our burning surface again at least. Great. Can't this country take a vacation from all this crazy supernatural crap for once? The Empire does have a history with this kind of thing. It was a lot like those otherworldly devils that appeared during the Great Twilight. I recall the ones who fought that last day all attempted to absorb large amounts of power. In fact, their appearance may have had something to do with the Holy Beast of Earth. What's happening now is likely caused by something much different, but it's hard to ignore how similar the outcomes are. In any case, we don't have enough information to draw conclusions as things stand. We should continue focusing on the investigation in front of us like we have been. I agree, we're not going to find a solution by rushing through the problem. You can say that again. Oh, would you take this? Consider it a token of gratitude. We won't be needing to compensate the guild thanks to your help after all. Hopefully it will prove useful during our investigation. Nice. Thanks, Dorothy. We appreciate it. And before you go, could I interest you in a few copies of the new book I mentioned earlier? It's the 3rd volume of the romance series that I've poured my blood, sweat and tears into. Love Song in the Autumn Rain. What temptations await a pair of young men after overcoming so many trials. I'd go on, but saying any more would be spoilers. Well, we wouldn't want that to happen now, would we? Besides, I'd rather support you by purchasing it for myself at a bookstore. Oh, but it's my chance to finally get an autograph. I guess that's not a bad idea. You make a good point. In that case, I'll be looking forward to hearing your thoughts when you buy it for yourself and give it a read. Especially you, Ash. Oh, hell no. Hee hee. I expect Ash's spiciest essay to date. Okay. Oops. That's weird. I think we're done. Oh no, apparently it's something to do with Banneker Street. Well, 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 if it isn't Class 7. I had no idea you were in the capital. Hey, yeah, missed you guys. We weren't expecting to run into the two of you here either. Oh, is this a bad time? Everyone here looks really busy. Ah, don't worry about that. I was just in the mood for a break anyway. Besides, no better way to get hot scoops than talking to you, Reverie. Although I'm guessing your sister would have plenty of goss to share too, being a student council president and all. Oh, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Oh, and I'm definitely going to interview you at some point, Ash, so keep an eye out for that. I think we all know what that'll be about. Ugh, can't we just drop that? Yeah, I think that one's going to stick with you. Either way, I think we made you stand for long enough. There's some chairs for meetings and like over there. Why don't we go sit down? If you don't mind me asking, what brings you here anyway, Lind? I thought you were still doing residency over at St. Ursula. I am, technically. After I finished helping out at the branch campus, I started another year studying crossbow. But while I was here in Heimdall for a training session, crossbow got occupied, so here I am. That would explain it. So obviously she decided to come spend time with her favourite sister in the world. She's helping us with clerical work as a part-time right now. Well, ain't your company a bunch of bleeding hearts? Well, even if they'd say no, I was just going to make her pretend to be me. Either way I win. That sounds very illegal. I wouldn't put it past her for a second though. Still, I don't think anyone saw this coming. The former Governor General suddenly declaring himself Supreme Leader of Crossbow? That's a shocker. Craziness you saw when you came in here is everyone trying to get a special issue ready about it all. Still, it's somewhat strange how little the general population has been reacting to the news. Everyone seems shockingly calm. I've been getting that impression during my time in the capital too. I imagine it's due in part to the fact that no one is able to communicate with anyone over in Crossbow. Maybe that lack of immediacy is keeping the reality of the situation from sinking in. Has the Chronicle conducted any opinion polls on the issue? We sure have. And I gotta say, I was surprised what people thought the Empire should do in light of all this. Most people responded that we should try to avoid any major conflicts. That is somewhat surprising. Given the recent history of Erebony, I would have assumed people would respond more belligerently. Sorry. Maybe people are finally just sick of war. That would be my take as well. The Battle of Jormungand may have only lasted one entire day, but the economic toll of our reparations and the mental toll on those who were conscripted cannot be ignored. It's taken half a year for us to get to the point where life's finally starting to go back to normal too. Indeed, people are still focused on securing their own livelihoods. Of course, that's just your average Erebonian's take on the issue, not the government's stance. But neither the government nor His Majesty have cleared things up on that front yet. Tried asking for the military for a statement a few times, but no dice. Now that I'm not surprised by. Still, thanks for the information. I feel like I have a better grasp of the situation now. You're very welcome. Now then, Reen Hotscoop Schwarzer, why don't you tell me about how your little investigation is going? And don't play dumb, I know all about it. You do? Did they ask you to assist with the search, maybe? Not quite. See, I first caught wind of it from a fellow reporter a little while back. It was just a rumour at that point, but I got right to work trying to corroborate it. I hit up every source I had, from other reporters to fellow Thor's alumni like Edel, Fee and Monk. Eventually Major Claire realised I was hot on the story. And let's be real, at that point she didn't really have any options other than reaching out to me herself, so that's how I know. Well, that's really something. From anyone else, that story would surprise me. From you, Vivi? I suppose the last thing anyone wants is an uninformed, hearsay-based version of that story getting out. Yeah, the true version's bad enough. The information was shared with me too, because I'm helping Vivi out. Fortunately, I don't think we know any more than you do yet. Yeah, but if we catch word of anything, you'll be the first ones to know. So give us a call if you catch word of anything yourselves. Alright, we'll do. Please let me get back here. And just like that, we got the band back together. Guess so. So any luck gathering info? Yes, now would be a good time to compare what we found. In that case, how about we meet at the cafe inside the department store? Great idea, let's head there now. No!
Am I imagining things?
Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing.
It's a little early, but heck, I'm down for lunch. Forget tea time, how about you take meal time? I think you've eaten enough. More than enough. Cool. Representative Regnitz? Greetings, Reen. My apologies for contacting you out of the blue like this. I was wondering if by chance you might have met with the rest of the Class 7 by now. We did get together with an investigation group in the capital not too long ago, in fact. I take it you have some idea of what's going on with us. More or less, but not like back when the Intelligence Bureau was under direct control of the government. Man, it's wild that we have a direct line to the head of government, huh? About that, there's a matter of utmost importance I must discuss with you all. Assuming you haven't eaten yet, I'd love to discuss it over lunch. Great timing. Let's all grab a bite together. So it'll be our pleasure. Much appreciated. I'll be waiting at the Der Himmel Hotel in the Garnier district. Oh, and please don't feel rushed. I've plenty of time. Alright, thank you, as always. Representative Regnitz wants to discuss something with us directly. Perhaps he's learned something pertaining to the incident. Either way, I think we can count on something juicy. Der Himmel, right? That's a fancy hotel in the Garnier district. Lunch at a hotel, huh? Consider me pumped. How about you, Eustace? Please, I'm begging you, don't forget your table manners. Seems we still have a bit of free time. It would be best to tie up any loose ends now we have the chance. Right, this could be a golden opportunity to investigate the Garnier district. Once we're all set, let's head to the hotel. Need to go back to the catacombs.
I don't think we've opened that chest yet, have we?
Oh, baby. Goodbye, Earth Pulse. Hello, Lone Blade.
I don't sense anyone following me now. So why did I sense it before?
Did something happen, Rain?
Just in and out. But it doesn't look to be anything else. So let's go into the hotel. We scheduled to have lunch with Representative Regnitz at this hotel. Got some time to spare, but I wonder if we should head in early. Here comes on everything. Oh.
Thank you for coming.
Not at all. Thank you for inviting us.
I'm so happy I get to see your faces again.
Your Highness.
What brings you here, Your Highness? I should very much be asking you the same thing. All this, and you're being forced to place yourself in harm's way for my brother. I'm so sorry for not consulting you first. Yes, as you ought to be. I'm your best friend. I could have thanked you much sooner, Elise, had you not kept this a secret from me. And you won't stop me? Stop you? Heaven forbid. As soon as Representative Regnitz informed me of the details, I chose to accompany him of my own volition. I cannot bear to ignore a matter that involves my family. So please, let me do my part. Let me be part of your team.
I'd like that very much.
You've always been a part of the team, Your Highness.
Well, this has come to a fine resolution, but it won't do to begin discussions on an empty stomach. Why don't we have some lunch first?
You won't hear any objections from me.
I could definitely use a bite.
Ah, that really hit the spot. I can hardly believe you finished it all. Your stomach really is a void. I'd like to see who can eat more between you and Maya. Can't blame you though. The quality of a first-class hotel's food is not to be underestimated. Yeah, I didn't think I'd come to get to a place like this on my food tour. You must have really liked it too, Tilly. You ate a ton. Well, I'm a grown girl just as much as you. Well, I'm glad you both enjoyed it. Shall we all get down to business then? First, I wanted to discuss the disappearance of the prince and new princess. With what we have now, we believe it to be the work of a terrorist who goes by sea. I wish we could say more about them, but I'm afraid we know very little. Just that they're the leader of a so-called reborn Imperial Liberation Front. They also look slightly different from the sea we dealt with in the past. Speaking of which, I'd like your take on the matter, Reen. Do you believe the new sea and original sea are one and the same? I'll admit that I haven't been able to get in touch with Crow to confirm for sure, but I'm convinced that no, they're not the same person. I was thinking the same. This new one has mimicked the original style in the statement, but I think Crow has left those days behind for good. It's a relief to hear you feel the same that way. Seems like a safe bet, yeah. As for the contents of their statement, they referred directly to His Highness. Our first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction. That does make it quite clear that they are responsible for the abduction. I would assume wings refers to the courageous. Vast as the Empire is, how they're able to keep a ship of that size hidden from sight is quite the mystery in itself. Yeah, it might have stealth capabilities, but that can only go so far on its own. It's impressive they managed to keep its location even from the intelligence division, if it isn't at its former size. Me and Teddy are still in it though. So you heard any new statements from C? I'm afraid not, that's the only one. We've been trying to investigate this matter as best we can, but our foe is quite cunning. They won't let themselves be caught so easily. If only. Given the nature of this crime, we'll need to be exceptionally covert during our investigation. But naturally, the government cannot and will not leave this case unsolved. You will have our full backing however you choose to go about this. If you're in need of the military police's assistance, you need only ask. Thank you, Your Excellency. Next, I'd like to discuss my primary reason for summoning you here. Would that be the information you said you wanted to share when you called? That it would. This information was given to me by General Van Dyke, but Princess Alpha and Elise have also verified it with their own experiences. Really? Doesn't it? Does this relate to the one thing you were concerned about when we met with Elliot? Yes, it does. Allow me to explain. The students of St. Estrella come from many a different background. We have many with family in the military, including officers and generals. That in itself isn't a problem. What is that many of these military family members have been reportedly acting strangely of late. In what way? I remember hearing rumours about that when I was at the school too. Most of them are seemingly reformists and young officers who idealised the late Chancellor. It's as if they refuse to settle back into normality after the war's end. They're still addressing others with deep aggression and are clearly very unhappy with the current state of the Empire. But the thing that concerns us most of all is their reaction to Crosswell's reoccupation. They aren't at all angry with the idea of a united nation. It's the opposite, in fact. They're in full support of it. That is not good. That's an understatement. What utter insanity. The success of a united nation would also mean the end of Erebonia. Precisely. I'm a reformist, but supporting such an extreme concept is nothing short of baffling to me. According to General Van Dyke, some of them have been showing worrying signs of plotting something in light of this. Exactly what that something is in detail, he has yet to confirm. That kind of ties up with what me, Eustace, and Elliot found out too. Yeah. Oh, could you tell me what you discovered? Group shared their findings with Representative Regnus. Soldiers holding covert meetings in the city and large amounts of supplies disappearing. It wouldn't surprise me if members of the army were defecting to the Evan Defense Force. I think we need to look into potential points of contact between them. Agreed. I think we've also got a clearer picture of what's been going on here after sharing what we know. But if we put the pieces we currently have together, the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City from C's statement refers to defecting members of the army. That makes sense. The statement did mention it would see those who support the United Nation pay for their crimes. Guess it's all fallen into place then. If there really are rebels in the army and punishing them is C's goal, then who we find first doesn't really matter because the other will be there. How convenient for us. Yeah, sure is. I'm glad I was able to put you on the right track. Class 7 always comes to in the end. Your Highness? Pardon me, you don't have to worry. I'm hardly the one for whom life is difficult right now. I'm sure that if I were to ask you to rest, you wouldn't listen. But please, at least be a little gentler to yourself, Your Highness. But the greatest mental burden of not knowing whether family is safe and well is not to be underestimated. Them being missing also means you have to carry on with the work that would normally be given to them. You're going through too much for one to handle right now. If you're feeling at all unwell, we would like you to consider taking some time off. I couldn't possibly. I'm in full agreement. Taking care of yourself is as much a part of your duties as working. While you do that, we'll see to it these crimes are solved. You have our word. I'll do what I can in your stead. And I will see that Prince Oliver and Lady Scheherazade are brought home as soon as possible. You can put your trust in us. I suppose you're right. Perhaps resting is as much part of my duties as well.
My heart is breaking for you, Your Highness. No one should have to handle a burden like this alone.
Rain? You're staring.
Oh, I'm sorry. That wasn't my intention.
It wasn't my intention to scold you either. I'm well aware that you're being considerate of my feelings, and I appreciate it.
I'm glad.
And you don't have to worry, Your Excellency. We're still not exactly sure how the situation stands in Crossbell, but I'm sure Marcus is just fine. I concur. It would take more than this to make him lose heart. Thank you both. I've also put similar faith in my son. I'm sure he's doing everything he can on this inside to see justice prevail. As are Elisa and Toa. I think we will feel the same way. They ain't got nothing to worry about as long as they have Supermaid with them. And we're a whole super crew, so if they got things covered, then so do we. That's right. Thank you all for your time. I'm glad we could exchange information. It's a very worthwhile meeting. Well, we ought to make our way back to the palace. Be careful on your journey, everyone. I'm counting on you, at least. Thank you, Your Highness. Good luck. I'm always available if you need to get in touch. Should we get going too, then? Yes, let's. Oh. Something feels strange. Something wrong? Probably nothing. I just got a weird feeling. Feels like something in my pocket that wasn't there before. What's this? Huh, that's a weird looking mirror. Since when did you carry one of those around? Since never. This isn't mine. It just ended up in my pocket somehow. Are you certain? I doubt anyone could slip something into your pocket without you noticing. Yeah, nothing gets by you, Reen. I don't have a clue how this got there, but there has to be a reason behind it. Well, I can't imagine it connects in any way to the prince's disappearance or what's happening in Crossbell. What? What's happening?
The conditions have been met. The road to where all may gather, to where destiny avails itself, just at the horizon, is open. Come, and sink into an illusion that mirrors the real world and extols its endless possibilities.
What just happened? What? Where are we? Some sort of white garden? I've never seen anything like it. I'm getting the feeling there's more to this place than meets the eye too. I mean, what kind of garden is surrounded by floating books? Yeah, I'm not sure where we are, but it doesn't feel like the world we know. How did we even get here to begin with? That's a good question. I can't fathom how we came here either. In fact, I can't recall what I was doing before I ended up here at all. I feel as though we were all together at the moment before we arrived, but beyond that, I haven't the slightest clue what happened. Well, this is just great. It's like something was blocking out my memories of before we got here. Actually, it's worse than that. It's not just my memories of right before. There's got to be a pretty good reason I was hanging around you guys, but beats me what it is. At least we're all on the same page about that. I feel fuzzy too. I've been trying my best to recall what I was doing earlier today, but nothing's coming to mind. My best guess is we were working together for some reason, but I'm not sure why. Regardless of how we got here, I think it's safe to assume it's affected our memories somehow. Agreed. And standing around being confused isn't going to answer any of our questions. I think we should have a look around and see what we can find. So do I. If nothing else, we need to know whether this garden is safe. We may find clues as to how we arrived here as well. Sounds like we've got a plan then. Oh, and don't forget there are 2 floors to this place. Let's check them both out. The mirror is enormous. And it looks remarkably similar to this one. You're right, it's as though the smaller mirror is a fragment of the larger one. Come to think of it, I'm surprised I can remember you even having that mirror. I do too, although I can't remember what it is or why Lloyd has it. Actually, did you work something out? I wouldn't go that far, unfortunately. I just remembered that something that's common in Eastern folklore. It said mirrors with evil spirits in them can cause strange phenomena. Made me wonder if this mirror perhaps has some kind of strange power in it, and if that's how we were all brought here. That's pretty spooky, but just as good a guess as any at this point. This place is so weird I wouldn't rule out anything as a possibility. Yep, I can feel something strange come off it. It's not doing anything for now at least. Maybe it'll kick on or some maybe it'll kick on or something if we do what? It will kick on or something if we do something else around here. You're saying it could have conditions? If that's the case, discovering these conditions could be our key of getting out of here. Let's continue to have a look around then. Large spheres floating in the air. Could this be? Not sure, I've never seen anything like it. The pattern on its surface kind of resembles the one on the palace's walls. It being placed on a platform in the middle makes it seem important too. It doesn't appear to be actively doing anything at the very least. Yeah, another mystery to be solved. Let's just push it to the back of our minds for now and remember that it's here. I'm gonna check out the green stars first. Good old stone monument, huh? Now it's starting to come together. Figure something out? Yep, I'm 100% certain now that I don't have a clue what's going on. 3 years later and he hasn't changed a bit. Right back to square one. Thanks, Lecter, for that entirely pointless bit of text. Stone pillar. Think it's some kind of device. Mysteries continue to pile up. Another one over there as well. Probably holds some significance. Let's go check it out. This one's pretty similar to the other, but something's different about it. Does seem that way. There must be some reason there are two of them. Yeah, it's safe to assume they're connected to some way. They're likely related to whatever this place's purpose is. I don't even knew whatever the heck that is. Hopefully we'll figure something out if we keep looking around. It's a globe on some kind of pedestal. I can only assume this is meant to be used for something as well. Something important by the look of it. No reaction at all. Yeah, whatever this thing is not on at the moment. Looks like a relic or something, given the feel of this place. Hard to say for sure though. Now that you mention it, this garden does resemble an ancient ruin of sorts. Just one problem in the theory. Yeah, everything seems too new. There's not a speck of dust on this pedestal. Looks like it was made 5 minutes ago. Then why isn't it active? I can think of several possibilities, but they're all just conjecture. Guess we should keep looking around. I guess we should. Is this some kind of door? Yes, it's unusually large. What are we doing here? Looks entirely out of place. Could say that about the books floating around too. Been thinking about those ever since we arrived. Something about them is very disturbing. No kidding. Not strangers, I can't make out any of the titles on the books no matter how hard I look either. That's a mystery in itself. This is very, very Phantasma-esque. Phantasma had a library section. Phantasma had a section with a tree in it. I know this is a garden, but part of me still wasn't expected to find a tree. Yes, let alone one as splendid as this. It seems out of place here. This looks like some kind of broadleaf tree. Never seen one with leaves, bark or branches like this before though. It's like something else entirely got reshaped into the form of a tree. That's an interesting perspective. Now I'm even more confused. Let's just agree that there's something unusual about it. Though that doesn't make it any different from the garden as a whole. Can't rule out it being placed here for some more than just decoration. As my eyes are playing tricks on me, I'm pretty sure it's glowing too. The more we explore, the more mysterious this place seems to be. I suppose all we can do is keep poking around and hope everything becomes clear. We'll investigate the area further, but we weren't able to find anything useful. Eventually they returned to the plaza where they first arrived to discuss the next move. I think we've seen all there is to see around here. Fortunately, I still don't have a clue what this place is. Likewise, everything we've inspected has just left us with more questions. I just wish we still had our memories from before we came here. I imagine that would fill in several gaps for us. Still, it isn't as though we haven't learned anything useful at all. For all we know, this place was created by someone or something. True, it's definitely weird enough to not seem real, but I think it's safe to assume it has some kind of purpose. Beyond that, we know it resembles some kind of garden or ruin, but it's anyone's guess as to what it was intended to be. There's also all of those devices we came across, but none of them are active. So that leads us right back to square one. Let's agree that each detail is going to be more useful. Is going to be useful information trying to learn more. What? Above all, we need to learn why we're here.
A new story is in motion. Your fate is but one thread intermingled with many. Now, rise from your slumber.
Is that a memory? You alright, Lloyd? Something came to me just now. Do you guys remember hearing a voice just before coming here? A voice? Wait, now that you mention it, I do faintly remember hearing one. That was something strange about it. Yeah, I kind of remember it too, but it's still pretty fuzzy. I wonder. Thanks. You mentioned being just one thread among many. Does that mean... That sound, I remember hearing it before we came here. You gotta be kidding. Gah. Where are we? What the heck's going on? I don't recognize this place at all. Whoa. What just happened? Did we fall into some kind of teleportation spell? No, that wouldn't add up. Reen, you were caught here too? Lloyd? Right, I feel like something or someone brought us here. It's IKEA? Yes. That's all I can remember. Strange. I can't remember what we were doing at all a few moments ago. Me neither. What's really weird is it doesn't feel like I was in any sort of panic. I feel like everything was normal. What the hell's going on here? Were we even together before this? I could have sworn we'd all split up. Can't say for sure, but that's what my instinct is telling me as well. That sounds remarkably similar to what we went through. I'm guessing we essentially experienced the same thing. The only difference is they had split into two parties, but were still called all at the same time. I think the most logical thing to do now is swap all the info we have. So you suddenly found yourself in possession of a strange mirror you'd never seen before and heard a voice. You were right, that's what happened to us too. How did we experience the exact same thing so far apart? Your guess is as good as mine. Even us being unable to remember where we were before is the same. I would ordinarily refuse to believe such a bizarre sequence of events, but it's impossible to refute so much hard evidence. My top concern is understanding the why rather than the how. There must be a reason why we specifically were the ones brought here. I know what you mean. This is the last way I expect to see Lloyd and Ellie again. Yeah, I wasn't planning on a sudden reunion, but it's good to see you again. Sorry, it's not under the better circumstances, but it's good to see you again, Yuna. Same here. Yuna continues to be a social butterfly even in the strangest situations. Well, that just goes to show how genuine she is. That's certainly the real Yuna. Still, not a single one of us remembers where we were or what we were doing before we were called here. Yeah, that's gotta be by design. Something about this place blocks the recent memories of anyone who comes here. What other explanation can there be? But how can that be possible? Beats me. But let's face the facts. It's the only thing that makes sense. I agree, it's the only reasonable explanation. Regardless of how we got here, we have to accept this place is very unusual. Easier said than done. No, he's right. Let's move past that and focus on the bigger picture. We must consider what we should do next. My first instinct is to search for an escape route so we can return back to wherever it is we were. But you all said you didn't have any luck during your investigation, yes? Afraid so. Hold up. What was that? But what do you know? Looks like Class 7 coming here may have been one of the conditions. Conditions? Oh yeah, you worked something out? Maybe, but I'm still only speculating. These mirrors we were given might just be fragments of a bigger whole after all. And if that's the case... Well, I think we have a relatively good idea of the situation we're in now. Though I wouldn't mind getting a look around here for myself if we go any further. Might not help work out who or what is responsible for all this, but I'd like to at least familiarise myself with our surroundings. Good thinking. You said stuff's changed since you first wandered around, right? That's an excellent point. We'll come with. I want to see what's changed as well. Check it out, the tree's glowing. Even the bark looks weird. We thought the same, but it wasn't giving off light like this when we were here before. It feels different somehow. It's as though the tree is springing with vitality now. Reminds me of something from a fairy tale. Oh, do tell. Spirit trees. They're said to have shining branches and leaves, and they're filled with mana that can heal the body and mind. Or at least that's what I recall reading about even. Now that you mention it, you used to read those kind of things all the time, didn't you? I suppose it does look something like that. Great, just what we need, more magical bullshit. What if it does have the same properties as the trees Elise described? Then it would help us out a lot. It's worth giving a shot. I would say that was an accurate deduction. That's a relief. We still don't know what it is, but at least we know it can heal us. Never seen anything like it in nature. Neither have I, but at least we have somewhere to return to if we're injured. Knock on wood. But yeah, you're right. This device is activated as well. It's a little foreboding. I can make out words glowing on it. The Millennial Trove. Commodities in exchange for currency. What is that supposed to mean? Sounds like a vending machine. Guessing it takes mirrors somehow. That would be convenient. That it would. Who knows how long we could be here. Being able to resupply would be a boon. Alright, found ourselves a shop. The Millennial Trove, was it? Hope its stock lives up to its name. You're all having a much easier time accepting this as reality than I am. It does take some getting used to. So what about the device to the left? Does it serve a similar purpose? I imagine so. Blazing Forge, applied Septium principles. The description is a little vague, but do you think it's possible for us to modify our ordnancer? That would be helpful, and yet... Yeah, this one is even more ominous looking than the other. Maybe because it confirms that there are dangers lying ahead of us. What's that sound again? Guess we managed to satisfy another condition. I wonder what it could be.
Food process complete. Construction of the Reverie Garden administered space complete. Beginning construction of the Reverie corridor.
Well, looks like the party's finally getting started. That voice sounds familiar too. Indeed, I believe we're about to learn the reason we're here. There were a lot of interesting phrases in what little she said. Boot process, administered space, the Reverie Garden. Yes, and most notably, Reverie corridor. I'd be lying if I said it didn't ring a bell. Let's make our way to the central plaza to get a better look at what's changed. That sphere from earlier is active now.
New temporal space forged. This world was constructed by the Black Mirror. Its function is to present trials, allowing you to cultivate the strength to overcome great distortions in your destiny.
Black Mirror? More concerned with what it means by trials. Guessing this thing governs the space we're in, meaning we are brought here to complete whatever these trials are.
Correct. This process is an emergency measure intended to correct the laws of causality. Your understanding may be incomplete due to forced limitations placed on your memories. The current sequence of events with Crossbell at its center has originated due to an impossible singularity. At this time, the chances of correcting this singularity are 0. It is for this reason that the Black Mirror has chosen to intervene.
Is this thing even speaking our language? That confirms that our memories truly are being tampered with. No wonder why we couldn't understand what was happening. I'm as lost as anyone else. From the sound of it, though, the Black Mirror is looking out for us. Yeah, and it mentions something bad happening in Crossbell too. A lot of what it said flew over my head, but if I got under the gist of it, it's saying that it will help us fight against what's ever happening in the real world. Now that you mention it, that's how I interpreted it as well. But how exactly is it going to achieve that? Excellent question, especially given that we're not permitted to remember anything outside of anything that's happening on the outside.
Strength gained here has been approved for use outside of the Reverie corridor, even if new memories have been denied. Challenging the true Reverie corridor to better your strength is required. Only then will the possibility to defy destiny be within your grasp.
That clears up some of our suspicions, but there are still some things unanswered. True, but we confirmed something important. This place exists to make us stronger. It's up to us to determine how much strength we gain and whether we'll be strong enough to change whatever fate has in store for us. That simplifies things if you ask me. Indeed, we're left with only one option. Rise to the challenge, both for ourselves and the homes we came from. And this is just as much to do with us judging by it being named the true Reverie corridor. Agreed. I couldn't shake the feeling that this place was slightly familiar to me. Still, we don't know what the true part signifies just yet. Oh yeah, Reen said the name rang a bell. Sure does. Brings back a lot of memories. Sounds like this version is here to pump us up and get us ripped. It's like our own secret training ground. Could prove rather useful. We all have people and things we want to protect on the outside. Yes, and we each know the kind of strength it takes to overcome the impossible. So let's work together and gain the strength we need.
It is for that reason I and the Reverie Garden exist. Access to the first stratum has been granted. May you seize the ability to overcome the impossible over the course of your trials.
Talk about hospitality. The way is finally open for us. Let's take this opportunity. Right. Okay. Learning reader required for your initial explanation. Okay. Oh, okay, we need to look at everyone's base evasion. Risha has insane evasion. Okay. Risha is our evasion tank. Okay, Risha. Oh, annoyingly, we have to have both Reen and Lloyd. Um. Hmm. I think this is what we'll go for. Okay, nice. Nice. Anyway, so probably okay, nice. Looks like everyone's taking the chance to get more familiar with this place. I should probably check to make sure we have everything we need before we begin challenging the Reverie corridor. Never thought I'd hear that name again, but here we are. And again, this place seems a lot different than before. Are they really one and the same? Either way, it's pointless to worry about that right now. I need to focus on what's in front of me and what I can control. Okay. Right, first things first. Lloyd, move. Something like that. Right, Augment. She has evade 1 already. That gives evasion +6. What does this give? Also evasion +6. We definitely want that as our secondary. For now. Secondary for you. Maybe Dunamis? Oh, through attacks crafts. Never mind, that won't work. Let's do this then. Alright, and let's see, what would be best for Reen? That maybe?
Central core activated.
Additional information concerning advocated conduct is available. Visitors provide to conduct themselves in such a manner that better allows the Reverie corridor to fulfill its intended purpose. A series of criteria have been devised to effectively administer this process, provided for successfully completed said criteria. Not having any easier of a time of understanding these explanations. I suppose the short of it is that it'll be judging us based on a set of criteria and rewarding us for meeting that criteria. In that case, I guess we'll just have to do what we can to live up to expectations. Reverie points and liberation rank. You'll be rewarded for certain decisions and actions made during the RP Reverie points. Your rank will increase after earning a certain amount of RP. You will declare a valuable reward for the central core each time your rank increases. Okay.
Confirming rank points accumulated. Liberation rank unchanged.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Let's check out these other things then.
Activating requisitions program.
Along with the usual oral factory function, you will deconstruct weapons and armor. Okay. Ooh, and you get U materials. Very, very cool. It's nice to finally get a use for all the like leftover shit that you got. And you can filter. Oh my god. Nut. When did I get so much quartz? Holy shit.
Initializing trading process.
Exchange up, you can trade certain amounts of high grade or rare items. Some of that you can also find out if you mystery in the store by checking the bargains. Okay. There's a lot here. Apparently I missed this. Costumes, it's kind of cool. Ingredients and consumables, and of course equipment. Oh, and everyone has their own armor. Interesting. Weird. this does nothing, I take it? Yeah. Okay. We interact with this? No. Okay, fish here though.
Got a bite. Nice.
Sweet.
It's a whopper.
Cool. And this is a heal? And it does CP and assault gauge. Okay, nice.
Visitors reinvigorated.
Interesting, okay. Yeah, this is very much like Phantasma. Okay. Dun, dun. Do we do anything right now? No. Because I think there's a lot to get into, so I will do that when I'm not tired and need to go to sleep. Either way, I love you all. Look after yourself, stay hydrated, enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow. I think we're playing, here's the plan, right? Wednesday, we're going to play, I think Sam is, and well, to be fair, all of us are bored from Diablo 4. The leveling is just grueling, so I think we're going to play Ghost Recon Breakpoint tomorrow, if it works. And then on Thursday, Baldur's Gate 3 comes out, or is released. Me and Bass own it, Sam doesn't. And Sam said he would decide on the day if he's going to play it. So either Thursday is going to be a co-op stream day with those guys and we'll play Baldur's Gate 3. If not, then I'll go back and we'll play Trails. And then Friday there's no stream. And there'll be no stream over the weekend, and then the whole of the week after that I won't be streaming either. So I won't be streaming again. So it'll be tomorrow, Thursday. Where's my mouse? There it is. And then I won't be streaming again after Thursday until Monday the 14th, most likely. So just to bear in mind. Anyway, have a good night. Sleep well. And all that shit. I'll see you tomorrow.